Hey Tech it's Shiipty, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of my sim series, Naomi. So hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a very special episode because we are celebrating Naomi's birthday. I'm so excited for this because her sons have some gifts for her, and Corey is also probably giving the biggest gift out of all of them. He is giving her the news of pregnancy, and Naomi has no idea. She is out of the loop of things. Angelo, however, does know what to expect because Corey has kind of incorporated him into the surprise, and so it's just kind of helped keep Naomi off, figuring things out. So he's just been helping keeping her on track and make sure she gets there at the same time as Wade, because they are telling Wade and Naomi at the same time. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how they both react to finding out the news that they're going to be grandparents. But Angelo and Naomi are just in the bedroom snuggling a little bit. Angelo did wake up early this morning and make some breakfast for Naomi. He made her favorite, which is spinach frittata, and they have just been spending the last few hours just snuggling here and just staring into each other's eyes and just having this intimate moment together. And today really is a good day so far for Angelo. He's celebrating the love of his life's birthday, all of her accomplishments, and just really admiring her beauty. And he just remembers all the early birthdays that he celebrated with her, when she was younger, and how this face, she's aging, but she's still the same person. And it's just something so special in seeing someone grow from a young adult all the way into an adult, and he just can't believe that he's going to spend the rest of his life with her, and she feels the same way. So Naomi just finished taking a shower, and yes, Mr. Angelo did accompany her, but he's telling her, hey babe, as much as I would love to spend all day with you, I think that your son would be pretty upset with me if you didn't head over to his house. And she's like, well, he can wait. And he's like, no, you need to go. You told him you'd be there, so just make sure you go, okay? And maybe he has like a birthday present for you or something. Maybe that's why he wants you to come over. Now, we did establish that Angelo is very aware of what Corey wants to tell his mother, but he has to play it off like he doesn't know. So Naomi's like, I guess you're right. I guess I need to get ready. And thankfully, I have already gone ahead and picked out her outfit for her birthday today. And so we're going to come over here and we are going to get that on. It is this cute little number here. I feel like, Naomi's getting older. She definitely wants to just wear what's comfortable. And so I thought that this outfit would be perfect. I know it's not super glamorous or anything, but it's still really cute, and I think that it definitely suits her. Angela had to come all the way over here just to tell her that she looked good, and I love that. But Naomi goes ahead and gives her man a big kiss goodbye and tells him that she will see him at the party. So Naomi just arrived to her old house, and she right away notices that her son has gone ahead and decorated the entire place, and she cannot believe that he remembered her favorite color was purple. But Naomi is feeling fine. Whenever she comes here, she does have a few mixed emotions because this is the home that she shared with Wade. But then all in all, this is the house that she raised her children in, and there are good memories in here mixed in with a few others. But we are going to go ahead and have her come inside. We can notice out back, oh my gosh, it's Preston and Wade. They're back here throwing the football and like hanging out, having some dad and son time. We love to see that. But Naomi notices that Corey and his wife are sitting here on the couch, and so she walks in and she goes, hey, I'm here. But we're going to control Corey in this moment because I do feel like he would get up and greet his mama. He would be like, hey ma, happy birthday, you look great. And she says, thank you baby. And she tells him, you did not have to decorate all of this. Like, this is a lot. I cannot believe you had her up here helping you. And he's like, listen, mom, anything for you. And it's your birthday, so can you just appreciate it? She's like, I do appreciate it, son. And he goes, well, I'm excited. I have something to share with you. But Corey mentions to his mom, have a seat. I'm going to go out here and get dad and Preston, and we're going to do this birthday gift really quickly before everybody arrives. And so we're going to go ahead and bring them in here because it is starting to look like people are going to be here soon since the party has started. So I'm just going to have them come in here on their own and have a seat on the couch. And Corey is going to sit right here also. Now, people will start coming in the house soon, but we're just going to pretend that, they're getting themselves situated and everything. But, oh my God, not the vampire conversation. But no, Corey says, okay, mom, so I have something for you. And Brianna does as well. And Brianna's like, I'm so excited to share this with you, Naomi. And Naomi's like, share this with me. We can see that there are a bunch of gifts on the table. But as you guys can see right here, if we peek into this bag, we can see that there is a little baby bottle. And so Naomi is going to open up this gift last. But first, Corey has to give her something that he has in his inventory, which is this book here. It's Charlotte's Pig, and a little bit of behind the scenes for you guys. Naomi used to read this book to Corey all the time when he was a baby. And so I feel like she's not going to get it at first. She's going to think that it's something sentimental between her and him. And so it's going to throw her off just a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and gift this to her because again, he is so excited to share this news with his mom. But we are going to go ahead and give this gift to her. And I think that she is going to be really confused. So yeah, we're going to package it up and hand it on over. I think that they'll have to stand up for this interaction. Yeah, they do. But yeah, we're going to come over here and hand it off to her. And oh my gosh, dad's here too. Naomi's dad. But yeah, he's going to say, Mom, I've been wanting to give this to you for a while. And she's like, oh my gosh, baby, you didn't have to get me anything. And he's like, no, Mom, I want you to open it. And she's like, what? She's like, the book when you were a kid? And she laughs. She's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you still have this. And he goes, yeah. He goes, that's not all. If I can get you to have a seat on the couch again. And so she's going to come over here and sit on down with her son, but she's going to go ahead and open up her gift. So what I'll do here is I'll actually just destroy the object. So it looks like she's opening it. And immediately, I feel like Wade and Naomi are going to look at this bottle. Now, they are kind of in different conversation because this is The Sims, so it's not going to be perfect. But she's going to look at this bottle and she's going to say to her son, what is this? And Brianna cuts him off and she says, well, Naomi, we wanted to tell you and Wade together, but we're pregnant. I'm sorry, I've been calling her Brianna, but her name is just Brienne. But Naomi's gonna give her a hug and she goes, oh my gosh, baby, I'm so excited. And she goes, yeah, I can't wait. And you know, you're more than welcome to come with me on my appointments and everything. And we really just want you to be fully involved. And she turns around and she says, you too, Yasmin. This is Naomi's mom. She's looking so cute. Look at her in her little plaid shirt. We love it. But yeah, she's like, I want you both involved. And Wade is over here. And Naomi's like, Wade, can you believe this? And Preston's like, oh my gosh, mom, I can't believe it. And Naomi also notices that Jayla is here and she's a little confused, but you know, she's like, oh, maybe Angelo invited her or something like that. She has no idea that Preston is also going to be sharing some news with her today. He's going to be telling his mom that he is actually seeing Jayla in a romantic way. And look at how cute she is. She made sure that she cleaned up really nicely because she did not want to disappoint Naomi. Not that she ever would, but you know, she just wanted to clean up. So before we get into that announcement, I am going to just tour the room for you guys so you all can see everyone. So of course we have here, this is Naomi's dad. This is Omari. We have her mother, Yasmin. Again, she's so cute in this plaid shirt. We also have Naomi's brother, who y'all don't get to see very often, but look at him. Doesn't he like him and Naomi are twins, I swear. But this is her brother. We also have Naomi's best friend. This is Julia. Julia has recently cut her hair very short, so she and Naomi are short hair besties, I guess. But she's looking super, super cute. And coming outside, we have Jasmine. Jasmine is Naomi's sister-in-law. She's married to her brother. She is so cute. She's been in our lives for a really long time. And I think that Naomi's niece is somewhere in here. Let me locate her. So I had to bring her out of the room, but this is Naomi's niece. This is Krista, and she is so, so cute. But that is pretty much everyone that is here at the party. We did not invite too many people because Naomi did mention that she wanted this to be a very personal party and not to have too much going on. So we are just going to be chilling. I am, however, going to control Corey because he does have to get started on the cooking because we did not hire a caterer. He thinks it's ridiculous to hire a caterer when he is the one who is you know, a celebrity chef. So like, why would he? But he's got to get into the kitchen and get started on everything. And I think that that's going to be the time where Preston really tries to have a moment with his mom and share the information that he is actually seeing Jayla. I know we're supposed to be jumping into the whole Preston situation, but I found it so cute that Naomi's just having a moment over here with the two first important men in her life. That would be her father and her brother. And I just love how we can see just so many generations and so many family connections with this household. And it just makes me so happy to hop in here. But look at her. She's like, who looks younger now? Like, she's just teasing him. But this is so cute. And oh my gosh, not everybody over here dancing. Y'all are such a mood. Oh my gosh. I just love how everyone's doing something too. That makes me very happy. Jayla has a seat because she's just waiting for Preston to come over and start talking. And he's just talking with his dad. He's like, I'm about to tell mom. And he's like, well, good luck, son. I think you got this. And he's like, you sure? He's like, I don't want to mess anything up with Jayla or mess anything up for Jayla. He's like, no, I think your mom's going to be chill. Just let her know. And I love how Jayla's like, oh my gosh, your family, everybody's so nice. And Naomi says, thank you, sweetie. There's just so many conversations going on. But let's go ahead and control Preston. That way we can have this conversation happen. So Corey's in the kitchen cooking away, and Preston has walked over to his mom and he goes, hey, Ma. And he says, I got a gift for you. I just left it in the car. And she's like, oh, it's fine, baby. You didn't have to get me anything either. And he's like, well, I'll give it to you after your party. He said, but, you know, I do want to talk to you. If it's cool, can we step outside? And she goes, yeah, of course. Let's go outside. And so we're going to have them have a quick conversation just out here on the bench. And I would like to say that I feel like he's nervous. You know, he doesn't want to mess anything up, like I said, for Jayla. And he also doesn't want to mess anything up between his mom and, you know, her coworkers. But Preston has a seat next to his mom. And I feel like, honestly, we're just going to have to get into it, right? We're just going to have to start discussing these things. And so we are going to go to small talk, and he is basically going to ask her about her day. And I feel like that's just how you open up any conversation. He's like, so you're having a good time, Mom? And she says, yeah, you know, it's so good to see everybody. I don't know why Jayla's here. I guess Angelo didn't hear me when I said I just wanted it to be, you know, intimate, family and everything like that. And he goes, and she says, I just feel bad that she had to travel all the way out here, and, you know, she feels out of place. And Preston goes, well, that's the thing, Mom. I needed to talk to you about something involving Jayla. And ignore the tombstone. Oh my God. But she's just smiling at him, and she doesn't even know what to expect. But Preston goes, well, Mom, me and Jayla are actually seeing each other. And she goes, you and Jayla, like the girl who models for me, Jayla? And he says, yeah, Mom. And she goes, are you serious? Look at her face. Are you serious? And the only reason Naomi is worried is because if things do not go well between Preston and Jayla, this could potentially cause a very awkward situation for her and Jayla in her workplace. And so, you know, Naomi wants her son to be happy, but she's just kind of like, you don't, you know, use the bathroom where you eat, basically, that kind of thing. And so she's just worried. But she goes, son, please don't mess this up. And he goes, Mom, I really like her. You know, I've never felt this way about anybody. And she goes, well, have you and her been getting along pretty well? And he goes, yeah, you know, she's great. And she came out here and joined us, which I find so fitting. And she just says, hey, Naomi, did he tell you? And she says, yeah, he told me. And I think that you guys are really good together, or you will be really good together, you know, especially with how Preston wants his life to go now and how wonderful you are, Jayla. But she goes, please don't mess this up. Okay. Like, I'm not going to vouch for you and you go and do something silly. So just be respectful of her emotions. You guys talk things out when you have problems. And if she has to travel for work, please stay home. He's like, Mom, you mean I can't come on the modeling trips? She says, no, honey, stay home. I need to be able to have, you know, her focus. She can't be in the way of that. And so he's like, oh no, I appreciate it. But, you know, we're going to give them some space. I feel like it is Naomi's birthday party. So we are going to go over here, and Corey was so kind enough to make all the food. So we have barbecue chicken, and we also have this grilled spicy ribs with cheese. And he did, in fact, make Naomi a birthday cake. She did say she wanted something simple. So he made the famous birthday cake, which is the birthday cake that's been in their family for ages. Whenever the kids would have a party, Naomi would make this cake. And so that's why they refer to it as the famous birthday cake. So while everyone was inside and enjoying the party, Angela was actually outside. Now, some of you might wonder what's going on with him. Why does he look so tense? And he is out here by himself. What's wrong? Well, Angelo received an email from his father. You know, the one who kind of just popped up in his life and is trying to be involved? Yeah, that one. Well, he wasn't supposed to reach out to Angelo. You know, the sisters told him to leave him alone, give him some space, but William just couldn't help himself. And so he decided to reach out to Angelo via email and explain to him everything that happened all those years ago. And I think that it was probably more so that he was really just wanting to get it off of his chest. But basically, Angelo has no idea what to do next, and he's going to try to fake the funk and try to be here for Naomi. You know, it is her birthday and he wants to be involved. He feels so bad that he's not present and his head is somewhere else, but he's going to be here. And it is time for Naomi to celebrate. And so I don't want her to age up. I don't have the mod in to where she can actually just, you know, blow out the candles and not age up. So we're just going to pretend here. She's going to come inside and everyone is going to gather around and we are just going to celebrate. And this is going to be her making her wish. And again, Angelo is faking the funk. He's smiling, trying to show that he is present. And she's like, oh my gosh, I have to make a wish, right? And he says, yeah, make a wish. And so we're going to pretend in this moment she wishes. And the one thing that she's going to wish for is that she just wants her whole family to be happy, healthy, and present. That's all she wants for her birthday. Nothing more, nothing less. She is so happy where her life is now. She's very content. And, you know, Naomi years ago was just struggling to get by, but I feel like she has definitely come a long way. And back then, maybe she would have wished for, you know, something crazy for herself or just some improvement somewhere. But no, everything is great. And she is just so happy with her life. So she makes that wish. But now it's time to eat. So everyone has a plate of something. Either they're eating cake or they're eating the food. And again, Angelo is really trying to fake a smile for this moment. You know, he's smiling at the party. He's happy because it's Naomi's birthday. And he's also surrounded by wonderful, wonderful people. But in the back of his mind, there is that lingering thought. And I feel like Naomi can read him pretty well. You know, she's known him for quite some time, and even his daughter can read him. As we can see here, Alicia is also visibly sad, and I think that she's worried about her dad too, because she can tell when things are bothering him and when he's faking the funk and trying to put on a face. And so, you know, the party's wrapping up. Everyone is going home for the time being, but Naomi does want to stay a little bit longer and spend time with her family and also just talk to her son, Corey, because of everything. But we can see here too that she is also sad because it's a shared sadness. But Angelo is going to say to Naomi, you know, hey, can I grab you really quickly? So he's going to come over here and just have a quick talk with her and just see if they can go outside and chat. And I feel like Naomi has had so many chats on the patio that is probably ridiculous at this point. But she goes, yeah, Brienne, if you could actually excuse me, I'm gonna step outside with Angelo real quick. She's like, oh, no, it's okay. And so we're going to come out here and have a seat together, and Angelo is just going to explain to her everything that's going on, you know, put it all out on the table because he does not want to keep any secrets from her. So Naomi asked Angelo, she said, what's wrong, babe? And he just says it. He says, my dad reached out to me and I could have sworn that my sisters told him not to. But Naomi thinks to herself, he wasn't supposed to reach out to Angelo. What does he think he's doing? And Angelo says, I have no idea what's wrong with him, but Naomi, I'm sorry. I think I'm going to have to head home. You know, I have to drop off Alicia and my mom anyway, but are you ready to go? And Naomi says, no, actually, you know, she doesn't want to leave him alone. He says, yeah, of course, babe. You know, you stay here, you enjoy your party. I'll be all right. And I'll come back and get you in a little bit. But she's like, are you sure? I know this whole thing with your dad is probably really stressing you out. And he's like, no, it's okay. I think I need to go home and clear my head anyway. And so again, guys, please discard the time. It is 3:53 in the morning, but we're just going to try to pretend that it's maybe like 9 p.m. or something like that. But he is going to go ahead and head home. If this isn't the perfect weather for today, I don't know what else would be. But Angelo is feeling very tense this morning. He did actually end up feeling really bad about jumping down Wade's throat last night at the party, and so he did send him a text this morning, and he just received a text message from Wade saying, "Man, you're good. I understand, you know, I may not have been in the same position as you, but I've been in some pretty dark places, and if you need anything, please just reach out." And so he is really feeling bad for the way that he reacted, but honestly, I think that, you know, it's just gonna boil down to the fact that he's very overwhelmed and he's very stressed with all this news that is been shared with him by his father. And we will get into that. For those of you who are very curious as to what Angelo's father told him, that is what's going to be explained in the machinima episode. There's a lot that I have to go into, and there is going to be some deeper discussions as to what went down, and they are going to have trigger warnings because there are some sensitive topics that will be explored in the machinima episode. So if those things will bother you, I will have them listed in the beginning of the video so that way you can protect yourself and protect your peace. But ultimately, Angelo just feels very conflicted. You know, he isn't really in the place to accept his father at this time, but he also feels a sense of guilt just because of what his father went through. You know, there is reasoning behind everything now, and he's not saying that the reasoning is okay for, you know, the abandonment and everything like that, but he just doesn't know how to feel and where to go. It's just a lot weighing on his shoulders right now. And I'm really curious as to how you guys are feeling so far. Like, do you think that Angelo's perspective should change? And again, I would say you might want to hold your answer until the machinima episode does come out. But there is a lot that we are going to be going into. And I think after the machinima, you guys will be able to deliver your answers if whether you think Angelo should, you know, reach out to his father or not. And I will let you guys be the deciders of that situation. But please bear with me as I get the episode ready, because there are some things that I have to finish up for it, but I'm hoping that I can have it ready for you guys soon. But Naomi has been really worried about Angelo, and so she has been doing some research online, you know, just random topics like how to deal with parents coming back into your life or situations, considering Angelo did inform her as to what happened to his father. And so she's looking into stuff like that, and she's really just trying to figure out how to approach the situation delicately and how she can even be there for him as a support person to really walk with him through this journey. But guys, with that being said, I am going to wrap up today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I know it was kind of a little chaotic because during the party there was a lot of stuff going on, but I hope with all that being said, you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to become a tugboat if you aren't one already. I love you guys, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.